Hello and welcome to today's tutorial. I go by Dark Mage. Today we'll be working on vertical scrolls for mobile application. The logic behind this can also be used for various screens. So to start, we'll create a new file. This is the vertical scroll. So I'll be going to my frame and I'll be selecting the iPhone 11 Pro or X. Then I'll be adding the grid, which is 8. Then I'll be having a margin of 16 and the gutter of 8. Then I'll have to duplicate this, Ctrl D. I'll give it the name header. I'll be making this an 80. Then I'll be giving, just put something here as a placeholder. It could make yours look better. Then I'll be increasing it to, let's say, 32. So it will be bold enough for us to see. Then we'll move the header into this frame. Okay. The next thing we'll have to do is we'll be selecting a rectangle, which we'll be using as our image holder. I'll be putting 16 pixels for our border radius. Then I'll be going to Unsplash to get some pictures. The first we'll be going for interiors, so let me go with this. Okay. I'll be giving it a name. So I'll be changing this back to 16. I'll be doing it patio. Next thing is to add a star rating for it. So I'll be adding a star. I clamped down on Shift to have equal width and equal height. Then I'll be changing it to 8 so it will be really small. Then I'll duplicate the star, Ctrl D, to have like 5 stars. Then I'll select all of them, give each a spacing of 2, then make the fill. Let's go with a little bit of yellow. Okay, then still selected, I'll click Shift A to frame it, so I'll be naming it rating. Then I'll select, clamp down on Shift to select the name, which is patio. Then just give it a name. And the spacing, I want the spacing to be 4. Okay, then still selected, we'll select the image frame, Shift A. Then we'll be giving it item. You can name it whatever you want. The spacing, I want the spacing between to be 8, not 22. And we have this. Then Ctrl D. Okay. So we have this. Now the next thing I want to do is to change this image. So select the image here. Go back to Unsplash. Then select interior. Let's go for something else. Okay. We'll be renaming this to bedroom. Okay. So now we have this. The next thing I want to do is to copy this header, Ctrl D. Bring it back down here. Okay, so I'll be naming this footer. You can make it look better. You can design it to look better than what I have here. Then I have this and this. Shift to select the both. Then Shift A to frame the both of them. Then I'll be naming it item row. Then Ctrl D to duplicate the both. I'll be making the spacing 16. So clamp down on your Alt key. You keep moving up or down to change the spacing between the both of them. Then Ctrl D, and the final one. So that is still selected. Clamp down on Shift, select this, and select this. Then Shift A. I'll be naming it all. Now, if you notice that the image is covering the footer, so for all, let me rename this to footer so that we don't confuse ourselves. So for all, for this footer still selected, I bring it up to cover. Now it's covering. We'll go back to all and do Shift A. Now this is what we're going to be using. The frame we'll be using for scroll. So as you can see, it's long and it's also having a padding. So we don't want it to have a padding. So we did this. Then click here to centralize. And we'll have to make sure that we still have our 36. Okay, so we have 36 here. Then hold this and let's start with this one here. Now we have this. This is what I moved is the frame named scroll and not the all. As you can see, the all is still the same length. I only moved the scroll. So that is what we want to use to scroll up or down. Now with scroll still selected, I go to prototype, select scrolling, that is the vertical scroll. Now when I go back here and I play this, okay, so we see when we scroll up or down, one, it covers this, two, we don't get the bottom. So we'll go back, select the scroll, go back to design, to clip content. Once we clip it and go back here, see it's been clipped, so it's not obstructed. But still we haven't fixed the one below. So we'll come here. Let's pull this scroll to this point, then select the all inside, go to this place, the independent corners. No, not the independent corners. For independent paddings, that was the wrong place to tap. We tap here, the auto layout, under auto layout for horizontal and vertical padding. So independent paddings, I'll be starting with 20 for just the bottom part, so we could see what we've done. Okay, we're not there just yet, so let's go to 40. Not there yet. This is the last image, but the name isn't showing up. So let's go back to scroll and do this experiment. Let's pull the scroll up to this point and see if it is going to work. And yeah, voila, it worked. So when I scroll up, you see it's all here. When I scroll down, it comes back as it's supposed to. So this is how you create your vertical scrolling for your mobile application or for any screen that requires inside scrolling. Thank you for watching today's tutorial. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.